And we're back with another episode of Athlete and I got two very, very special guests today. Josh Kalu,
No
a.k.a. Baloo's Kalu, and Ogbo Okoronkwo, a.k.a. Busy. It's great to have you guys today. And I just want to kind of set the stage. We're here at South by Southwest. Both of you have played 5 years in the NFL. Myself, I played 7.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not an easy thing at all to do.
Not at all. And congratulations to you for signing a new contract with
There we go.
That was just like 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago.
We gonna talk numbers?
Nah.
Should we start to talk contract status or what? How you feeling though with that?
I feel good. I just got off the phone with my mom. She was crying. She had snot in her nose. So, I felt real good. I felt real good just to be able to talk to her and just, be able to just, reach my dream.
It's a beautiful moment. We can get so caught up in the everyday grind of being a ball player that sometimes it really, you have to be intentional about taking a step back and realizing, how blessed we are and fortunate we are.
100%.
Most definitely.
So being here at South by Southwest, this is personally my first time at South by, and being on this stage, we are NFL players, but we're not on this stage because of what we do on the field. It's because of our creative expressions and pursuits off the field. So maybe we'll start with you, Ogbo, if you can just start with what are you doing off the field? Let's kind of set the stage and the context for the audience.
Off the field, I dabble in photography. It was something that I picked up. I actually got to shoot at South by Southwest a couple years ago. Got to shoot a couple artists, some friends. Do you want a quick?
Yeah, maybe we also go into how you found that. How did you find photography?
Okay, so my dad, growing up, he always took a bunch of pictures. He had film cameras everywhere. He had disposables everywhere. If you go in my house now, you'll just see pictures everywhere. He can attest to that. They're everywhere. They're not even that great, but they're everywhere.
My dad did the same thing.
Yeah, every time I come home, he brings out a new album that I haven't seen before. Starts flipping through it, showing them me naked as a baby. So my dad,
Same muscles, everything.
so my dad was just always into that. So eventually, I picked it up. You do everything your dad does. I picked it up, started taking pictures, but didn't really get too serious with it. Because of just because I didn't really know what my passion was. I was in high school. I started playing football my junior year of high school. I was skateboarding. I thought I was gonna be a pro skater, but that didn't really work out for me when I started breaking on my boards. But I found football, and football took me pretty far up until about my 3rd year in the league. I think I hurt myself seriously, and I couldn't play for a while. So I just had all these cameras sitting around, and I was just sitting in bed sad, so I decided to just go do something for myself. So I picked the camera up and just started taking pictures. From there, it just started to flourish, just more and more opportunities kept coming from it, and then we can get into that.
Yeah, what about you?
I would say, off the field, I do some modeling, and I'm jumping into the acting world as well. So that's a cool thing, I guess. All my friends, Ogbo, family damn near, grew up together since we were yay high. They see me smile, like to be in front of the camera. So you might as well start modeling. All right, cool.
Yeah, and then I was taking pictures. So him modeling, me taking pictures is just sort of intersected.
Yeah.
Right.
So started doing that and got into the fashion world. Went to New York Fashion Week. Went to Paris Fashion Week. Went to Paris Fashion Week again. Meeting all the right people, getting in front of the camera, and then recently this New York Fashion Week got on stage and walked a little bit too. So
that was dope. That was
You
dope.
walked the first show.
Yeah, that was good.
How
man.
was that?
He wasn't nervous.
Yeah,
he had a little swagger.
You had a little strap? You had a little strap up there? That's what's up.
I appreciate it.
I actually saw some photos of that walk.
Oh, for real?
And
Huh?
yeah, and I saw you had a dog up there too.
Okay, that's my son. His name is Shiesty. He's a mini golden doodle. His birthday is March 25th, and we might throw a party. So you're all invited.
All right, bet. That's what's up. It's cool you taking your dog on the journey with you.
Most definitely.
His dog's a bigger model than him right now.
I swear.
I saw that Instagram profile. He stays groomed.
Yeah.
Hey, Shiesty stays groomed.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
Shiesty
man.
a pretty boy.
Shout out to his groomer. She do her thing.
Yeah, right. That's cool, man. Myself personally, I've gotten into video production and storytelling with my creative agency, and I've always been a person that wants to do. I've always done more than just play football and more than sports. And when I was growing up in school, like school was my outlet for things off the field. And I was a schoolboy through and through, like would nerd out, on all my classes and would really compete, to try to get better grades than everybody else.
You different than me
in the room.
I tell you what.
Crazy, bro. This is how I'm wired. And I got to the league, and I actually struggled to find that outside. What do I do outside of ball? We have a lot of hours in the day, either definitely in season, but for sure off season. You can have whole days of not having anything, right? And I was also an undrafted guy.
Same.
Mud boys.
There we go. 8th round.
Right, 8th round draft pick. And so it also made sense to me to leverage the platform that the NFL provided and want to share some of my own personality and who I am and try to engage the audience that was showing up to games and selling out NRG Stadium with the Houston Texans, 72,000 people in those stadiums. And how can I, get them to connect not just with number 57 on the field, but also with Brennan Scarlett off the field?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you spend so much time playing football, putting so many hours into it, and then now you have all this free time. You don't know what to do with it. But at the same time, your coaches are telling you, get in your playbook. But if you get hurt, they don't even say hi to you in the building sometimes, So,
right.
So being able to find a path outside of football, I mean, it's hard. It's hard, but when you do, it feels
very fulfilling.
Yeah, very fulfilling.
Yeah, and it's funny, like now, as I've been, doing video production and doing partnerships with brands and, building a team, I started to think a little bit more deeply around like, what am I actually doing, with this art, right? And it's become a form of self-expression. I'm expressing myself, and this work that I do is an extension of myself. And, then thinking a little bit deeper, well, like sport kind of has offered me the same thing throughout my life. You draw inspiration from other players that come before you.
Yep.
The Ray Lewises of the world, Jared Allens of the world, and then I try to, craft my game around what they do. But I have my own style, build my own sense of confidence, right? And now kind of going through this creative journey off the field, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's new territory.
So who do you look to like with video? Who are you a fan of?
So I am like a creative, but also I'm a business person too, right? So when I see some of the things that Jay-Z has done, when I see some of the things that The Rock has done, and leverage Virgil, I saw Andrew Hawkins is in the crowd. What Hawk has done, playing in the league, but then going into video production and now having his own startup, and those are some guys that I think have really kind of led the way for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I would say.
Nobody's ever asked me that question before.
Right,
Outside of football.
You put me on the spot just now.
Who am I inspired by?
I mean, just looking at you. I mean, over the years, I feel like you created your own little lane for yourself. I mean, you're touching so many bases, from actors, models, athletes. I mean, the underground world. You have your own little style. The digital,
I think
film.
I think I took a little bit from like just all my experiences, just being in LA. It was a lot of exposure to a lot of different like media, like I guess media
Oh no, big dog.
Just a bunch of
like the industry.
Yeah, huh? So
Yeah.
I feel like I just took a little bit from everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody in particular.
I feel that. You could draw inspiration from a lot of different places. Would you say that you've been a creative? Like, I know you said that your pops had a lot of photos around the house, but did you ever see yourself in that light?
Well, I feel like I was a creative before I was an athlete. Yeah, I had a blog when I was. I still have it, still up there now. I had an anonymous blog.
Oh wow.
So I used to write a lot of poetry and just a lot of journal entries in there. It's still there. I always read it just to like look back, you know. And the name that I had under my blog, that's what I have an anonymous photography page now, and I use the same name that I used when I was back in high school.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's dope.
I would say I was an athlete. When I was younger, I knew I was gonna play ball.
Yeah, we all knew he was going to the league,
Yeah.
like since we were young.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I would say I was creative with all the juke moves and stuff, but I didn't know I was creative off the field, you know?
We always just told him whatever he wanted to do, he was gonna be good at it. You know, he was one of those kids.
Right.
So now, I mean, I'm putting my nose into something new. It's kind of weird, you know?
It's cool.
I've been
It's
doing
cool. It's
football
cool.
all my life.
It's
Weird
cool to
in a-
watch.
in a
It's
cool
cool to
way,
watch.
you know?
Yeah.
You've been playing football, grinding so hard, and then you're all the way up here, but now you have to bring yourself all the way back down here
Start over.
Start over. But
You're
the
a
journey's
rookie
cool
again.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're a rookie again.
learning from others, soaking up all the knowledge. I mean, having your falls already. I mean, it's cool. It's frustrating, but cool.
Yeah, that's dope. And you are both from A-Leaf.
A-Leaf,
sir.
Texas, Southwest
A-Leaf,
A-Leaf,
Texas.
Texas.
We grew up 2 lights from each other. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
So it's definitely a beautiful thing. Definitely a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's dope. So when you think about now, like some of your, obviously we all kind of expressed ourselves creatively off the field. How is that energy now comparing to, you know, how you feel about your passion and energy on the field? You know, for me, it's like going into year 7 and having, you know, going into year 8 in football in the NFL. You know, it's really hard to find that same energy and that love for anything else. But now, as I've started to expose myself and actually start to build a sense of confidence in these other things I'm doing, it's like, damn, maybe I can find that. How do you guys think about that?
I think it's very revitalizing when I come back to the game, you know, because I haven't burnt myself out, you know. I'm not just doing football all year, so I get to pick up my camera. I'm having a great time. Football doesn't even cross my mind sometimes, you know. So when I get back to it, it's like I miss it, you know. So it's like I'm even more grateful to be able to do.
Now, just how would you compare the energy that you're taking from your creative expression and compare that to what you get on the field? Have you been able to find like the same passion?
Yeah, I mean, in different ways though. I mean,
Right.
like he said, I mean, stepping away in the off season and focusing a little bit more on modeling and acting, but then being able to tap back in and lock back in and go play football. I mean, both fulfill the need that I want, but
Yeah.
in different ways, you know. And it's also cool seeing other guys in the league stepping out the box and
Seeing what we're doing, and then some guys on my team and on my past teams, they've hit me up like, hey, I want to get into this, I want to get into that, how do I go about that? And that's really cool to me too, just changing the way like
Changing the
people
way.
see athletes.
Yeah,
sure.
most definitely.
And also changes the way that we see ourselves too.
Exactly.
There we go.
And the way that, you know, the people that we work for see us too. You know, it's like now they see like you can be good at more than one thing. You don't have to be just an athlete, you know? We can be more than an athlete.
Yeah.
100%.
We can go do that
100%.
and still go play real good ball on the field.
Yeah.
Like I remember my coach told me first couple games he was looking at like my outfits. And he was like, "There's no way this guy can play ball. He cares too much about the way he dresses." then when he saw me play, he was all like, "Okay."
I remember. So I had I played with the Tennessee Titans. I left for 1 year to go to the Giants. Tore my pec, but that's what gave me some time. It's weird, like injuries give you more time to think about what you want and figure life out a little bit. So tore my pec, and that's when I really started diving into the modeling. And after that year, grinded real hard, got back in the league. Tennessee called me the day before training camp, and I made the team. So, but I remember the day of cuts, the next day of cuts, you get into the meeting room, he's congratulating everybody, they're like, look at Kalu. He was out there modeling with his dog. And like, look at him now. Who would ever thought he would be back in the building? So, I mean, it's just a testament to the working hard, but still was able to have fun and live my life outside of football and create a path for myself.
Yeah, no, that's real. It's funny because when I was a young player in the league, like my first year, second year, little things like that, like how I dress down. You know, I like to dress myself too.
I see you.
But I appreciate you. But like my first year, my second year, there would be times where I think like, dang, maybe I need to tone it down a little bit. Or like when I was starting to create content and I was starting to put videos out, being an undrafted guy, I was like, maybe I'm bringing unwarranted attention to myself.
I feel that. Yeah, you're right.
That maybe like the club perceives me as a guy that's not 100% focused, or like he's not able to perform at his highest level.
Or he doesn't love football.
Or he doesn't love ball.
It's a weird narrative they put on it.
That was initially why my page, why I didn't have like my name on it at all, you know. I just didn't want to be perceived, you know, in any way, you know, because I felt like for me, I always knew that I love ball and I love things, all creative things, you know. And I just didn't want anybody to be like, oh, he's putting too much work into this page, like, you know, like. But then like I guess like after it just naturally became that, then you know it was cool.
I think that sometimes like we can kind of have this thing, this voice inside of our head that's speaking things into the universe that's maybe not necessarily true. I mean, I've never had any type of any GM or management be like, hey, you're doing too much off the field.
I think it's also, when you go in the league, they always tell you to talk to the vets.
Yeah.
But the vets and the way we live life now are two different ways. The league was different. The league was way different than it is now. So if you ask a vet, they'll tell you, man, don't show nothing if it's not football.
But I do think the landscape is definitely changing. I've had like coaches, doctors on the team, even my GM, Les Need for the Rams, like asked me about pictures. Hey, I really like that picture you posted. Could I get a print? And that's really cool.
Yeah.
When you have people that you work with, like supporting your other passions also.
Right. It's starting to shift the narrative. That you can perform at a high level on the field, and you can also do other things at a high level too. Right. Whatever that lane is, whether that's photography or modeling or video production. And I think in my experience, some of those things can even like feed the other.
100%.
Like some of the stuff that I do off the field and the way that I have to manage my time and organize, my action items. Now I'm taking that over into football. It's like, okay, now how structured am I through my training program this offseason?
Yep.
How structured am I over the next 2 months? When am I traveling? When am I training? When am I home?
More intentional.
Right. But it's like lessons that I've been able to learn from the other things.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Like, even with photography, like I've gotten more organized with it because of football. I use those skills that I learned in football to help me with photography. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, even the aspect of taking chances sometimes. Sometimes you got to take a chance the way you block, the way you make a spin move, go and get a pick.
Yeah,
it's the same way, just jumping into that world and then
have
faith.
And then on the other end, it's like now I think I even play a little bit more creative, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, 100%. Sometimes it make you zoom out more.
Yeah,
you could be so into the game and you right in your helmet and you just, you think you going play by play, right? And you're going day by day. And maybe you never take the moment to zoom out and be like, what role do I actually serve on this team?
Facts.
And then in this whole, ecosystem of what we're doing, you start thinking about it in that way. It's like, okay, well, now I know my role maybe a little bit deeper.
Yeah, and do I want to change it? Do I want to stay here?
And how do I do that?
But now it's up to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We actually, so the three of us share mutual contact.
Who?
Mr. Odie Wams.
Oh, really? That's my brother.
David Wright. Yeah. That's my
cool.
dog, bro.
Yeah, that's my brother.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I actually spoke to, so I know Odie from being in Houston. I played 5 seasons with the Texans. And
there we go.
all right,
okay.
shout out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played 5 seasons with the Texans. I was undrafted in 2016, and I love coffee. and I love style. I love vintage style.
The tipping point?
Yeah,
So I
the
went to
tip-
the tipping point, and I met
tipping
David
point.
Tipping, and
my
Odie was
dog.
there, and he was shooting, and I think he actually took some pictures of us, and me and Odie, we just stayed in contact.
Yeah.
He actually came out to Portland. I was thinking about getting some photos for
he
my
went to the
crib.
Nike. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. And I spoke to Odie yesterday and was talking about you because I knew you guys had known each other. And he was talking about how cool it's been to see your evolution as a photographer.
These was really like when I started out, he was like my biggest, like, I guess he was like my biggest supporter. You know, he helped me a lot. Like, I think I'm where I'm at because of OD. Like, I was able to like grow like very fast, you know, because of OD, just because I had him right there in my corner.
Right.
Shout out to OD.
That's my big brother.
He talked to me about how at first it was like kind of a mentorship type of relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Like student teacher. But now he said your style and
found
your,
my lane,
your
you know?
sense of just self and how you express that. He's like, now it's like you guys are talking as peers.
Yeah,
Which
and,
is fire.
and that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like that, he respects me as a peer. You know, that's pretty cool because he's been doing it for a long time. He's doing like the best in the city. You know, so it's cool to just be able to always pick his brain.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh, how you know Odie?
Matter of fact, I met OD
And together at yoga.
together at yoga. Shout out to
Yoga.
Alicia.
Uh-huh. Shout out
But
to
during COVID, we became real big yogis. So that's some yoga. I mean,
we were doing
Pilates.
yoga like 4 or 5 times a week. We were meditating.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we were doing it all.
I got
Okay, you got the peace sign to yin and yang.
Then we had our Pilates on Saturday, or spin class. Matter of fact, it was spin class Saturday at 11 a.m.
Oh, yeah,
No matter
we
what we did, how lit we got.
we had a secret
We're
cycle
there.
club during quarantine. We
Oh,
called
wow.
it,
Yeah.
what was it, the Psychos?
I can't tell about it.
Oh, it's a secret, right? My bad.
Oh wow.
But yeah,
All right.
OD used to come and shoot all our content because our yoga instructor and him were friends. They go way back. So he would always be there shooting content for her. And then one day we were like, hey, could you shoot something for us over here? So he came with us, and then we were just stuck to the hip
And
from
then,
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
we did some nonprofit stuff too during COVID. Give some food back to all the nurses and stuff around the city.
we were just and OD
captured it all.
he captured everything for us,
Yeah,
like,
just captured it
and
all.
he's been doing that. It's been about 4 years now.
Yeah, great relationship. Yeah,
That's
Went
dope.
from a work relationship to a friendship.
He
real
came out.
quick.
He came out to LA. He stayed with me for a little bit. He literally like captured everything we were doing, and then that sort of like I saw, like, I was able to just see like everything that we did. Like, you know, I could see like the archives of everything we did, and then that sort of made me want to like that's why I always have my point and shoot, you know, because I want to always be able to look back and see all of our experiences, you know, because, you know, the life that we're living is very, you know, I'm very grateful to be living.
Show them
this
that
life.
point and shit. Some people don't know what that is.
What? This
100%.
right here?
Yeah, that thing right there.
Yo, you talking about this?
That's fire.
This whole thing?
That's fire.
Yeah,
Like
this
you got 21 exposures already.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, Austin's beautiful. On the walk here, I was just snapping a couple things. I seen the light coming in,
Yeah.
bundling in a little pretty.
You got the river right
It's
here.
hitting me good right here too.
Hey, look, it's doing this thing with me right now.
This maybe like you want to do some vinyasa or some Bikram right over there by that water or something.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
no, it's a beautiful place, man. And being here at South by Southwest, being a cultural hub and center for the arts, whether film or music or, you know, anything that we're doing from an expression standpoint.
Yeah, we've been coming to South by Southwest for like, it's like year 8 or 9,
Yeah,
right?
forever.
since
Oh,
high-
so this
since high school.
See, this is my first time.
Yeah, we come and catch all the shows, some comedy
wow.
shows. Yeah, we love music.
We love
Yeah.
music,
Yeah, so we've always been here.
That's fire.
You know, we're from Houston, so it's just a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, that's easy.
Here we
That's
go.
easy.
Oh, we got some Houston people in the building?
Here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
That's dope. Are you guys catching any shows this time around?
So one of our friends that we grew up with, his name is Young Deji. I don't know if you've heard of him. He made that dance, the Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he
He made that?
Yeah, he made
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
legendary.
yeah, he'll be performing. We'll catch a couple of his shows.
Oh, okay.
that'd be dope.
That's fire. How long you guys usually stay out here when you come?
We usually do the weekend. We usually do Thursday to Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'll probably leave and come back.
Yeah, facts.
Okay. Yeah, you've been hopping around. You
Man.
just flew in from LA today.
World tour.
You were just out here, right?
Yeah, I move around a lot, but I really love traveling.
Life
also.
is short.
Yeah, life
Enjoy
is
it.
really short, so I don't want to have any regrets. So
Yeah.
I try to do everything that I'm passionate about.
Do everything and catch it on the point and shoot.
Yep.
Trying to tell you.
That's a motto to live by right there. That's tight. So what's next on your plate for the both of you? I know we in the off season, we in the thick of off
Oh
season.
yeah.
So
I still got a little bit to do. I got a book coming out.
you got a book coming
I got
out?
a coffee table book coming out,
Oh,
like
fire.
a picture book. Me and Nandi, we're working on it right now. It should be out by Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Be
I'll
on the
send you one.
lookout. Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
for
Hell yeah.
I'm working on something for Paris. I just got to get the details right.
Mm.
Keeping it a secret right now.
Okay.
We're gonna,
What it got to do with fashion?
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Walking another show maybe?
I can't tell
can't-
you
yeah,
that.
All right, can't give us too
can't
much.
say too much.
All right.
It's too early to tell right now.
Bro, talk to me. How does it? Because this is a lane that I don't know at all, from a modeling perspective and like walking in shows. And then I also want to know about the acting thing. I've done an acting class. We was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
I've done one acting class in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most surreal moments, bro. There could be 5 people in the room and you are frightened.
Nervous.
Frightened. But how does it work with this modeling and acting? Like, how do you kind of take that stage?
I will say modeling and acting, they coexist. I mean, you see actors become modeling, front pages of magazines, or you see artists just on the runway.
Modeling is acting in like a sense,
know what I
when
mean?
you're in front of the
That's
camera,
true.
you're just.
Got to put it on your model face. You got to walk. You got to strut, all that stuff. I mean, when it comes to acting, I mean, not a lot of people know this, but when I was younger, I was like the star of a play that I did, like a Christmas play when I was younger.
A star.
Like a
Oh,
star.
wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was like one of the lead
You was
roles.
Joseph?
I was,
Who were you, bro?
so I went to a private Christian school in Houston, Texas called Grand Parkway Christian Academy.
I didn't know this. This new to me.
Yeah, I tell you. And I was there playing. I had the costume on. I was.
Hey, good for you, man. Good for you.
But yeah, I did my thing, and I mean, I remembered every line.
Wow.
I mean, so I was
Okay,
cool.
okay.
So I mean, I forgot all about it, and then until somebody reminded me about it, sometimes too many hits to the head, you forget things.
Shut up.
But so when I was just in LA, matter of fact, at this workshop with Hidden Empire, just working on some stuff and connecting, networking.
That was with Jordan.
Yeah. So they had us in front of a green screen, just like you said. We acted out a movie. I had to put my Denzel Washington on,
Okay, you put the
There we go.
Denzel
Yeah, I had to
on.
put the face,
Okay.
try to act a little bit, you know what I mean? Just so they can get a little taste of what I can do. But it was a cool experience. And then when it comes to the modeling, I mean, the first time I got on the runway, like, I thought I was gonna be nervous.
It was a natural.
But when I stepped out there, it was just like football. It was just,
Yeah.
the lights came on, it was good.
Yeah, I can see that because it's uniquely physical. Like you're walking,
Yeah.
right? It's like it's a
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
So you probably can draw some of those same kind of
Yeah,
similarities as
yeah.
ball.
It's like an art form to walk a certain way.
Right.
It's like poetic.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're at, you gotta walk a certain way. It's like you're gliding. So
Mhm.
just even that, just learning those things is cool.
Did you go back and watch the tape?
Ah.
Did you watch the film? How did it look? The eye in the sky don't lie. You gotta watch
he did
the
his
tape.
thing. He did his
Hey,
thing.
I'm a one take baby.
You know,
Just
you
it.
know,
One
when you
take.
go so crazy in the game, you don't even watch it.
You don't even watch it.
you let the coach talk to you about it. That's it.
Yeah, right. No, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so you walk your first show, and now it's a matter of kind of like filling out your team, management, agent. Now, like trying to find more opportunities.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that's the hardest part, trying to trust somebody to manage you. I mean,
Yeah.
and even then you got to go seek that out. I mean, with football, you're at a high point. Like
They
I said,
come find you.
They come find you.
Yeah.
Right.
But when
Yeah.
you're starting off here, you got to go find them. You got to give them the reason to represent you. I mean, I'm already starting at a better point of who I am,
yeah,
but at the same time, it's about trusting who's going to put you in the right doors, who's going to put you on the right shows and right campaigns and things like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but a lot of the time it finds you. Like for me, during the Super Bowl, like 2 years ago, I think it was New Year's. We're in the playoffs, and some guy from Uninterrupted was just like, "Hey," he was like, "You're Ogbo, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You take pictures?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he was just like, He was like, I want to do something with you. He was all like, I'm gonna give you like 2 weeks to think of something, and like he was just like, let me know, I'll help you with it. So I decided to get a bunch of like disposables, and I gave them to everybody in the locker room when I knew we were going to the Super Bowl.
That's fire.
So we logged the locker room, practice, the bus going to the Super Bowl, the field after the Super Bowl, the parade, and we made sort of like we put it out on the carousel, and I did it uninterrupted. That was really cool.
Oh,
it was a
that's
different
fire.
perspective, you know, the
Yeah.
player's perspective.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
clean.
you know, stuff like that just finds you, you know, because of what we do.
Yeah. Sometimes you put it out in the universe and it'll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And that's kind of been the hardest thing. It's kind of about just telling people what you're interested in and what you want to do.
Yeah, because people want to help.
People want to help, but you just got to tell people. And it's kind of, I mean, at first it was risky. Like, dang, do I want to tell people I'm doing modeling? Do I want to just keep it a secret? You know what I mean? Because of the football aspect of it. But then it was just like, you know what? I'm going to do this.
Right.
And whatever comes with it comes with. And it turned out fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and having confidence in yourself to be, you know, like we said earlier, more than just that one thing, you know. And it's a vulnerable space too, right?
Very.
To say that you're modeling,
Very.
to say that you're, you know, doing photography, like that can be a vulnerable place, especially as football players, you know, when, you know, masculinity is defined by, you know, how big and tough you are, not by how, you know, traditionally how well you can take pictures or like work a runway. So it's vulnerable in itself.
When you say it, like
Work a runway.
No shade. I'm gonna go to a show, bro. I'm gonna go to a
most
show.
most definitely.
Yeah, that's
Come out to
tight.
Paris, man.
Yeah,
It's a movie
We'll
out
be,
there.
we'll be out there in Paris for Fashion Week. He got a lot of stuff going on. And I'm gonna make sure.
I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up. Houston got some swag here, man. I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, you see me,
I was
man.
there. 2016.
Nothing too crazy.
This is my
It's just a-
streetwear fit, man.
just a little Rick
Hey, those are fire. Those are fire.
Got
You
my
know, I'm from.
kill the hype hat by from my boy Mutan.
Oh yeah. You gonna give him his hat back?
Never. My wave cap underneath that I lock in the hair.
That's like his signature, the do-rag under the hat. That's
To the
it.
side,
Yeah,
always tied to
to
the
the
side.
side.
That's what he do.
Can't go behind.
That's tight.
And everybody know I'm a pop out with some bell bottoms on.
Yeah. It's a good look.
Yeah.
It's a good look. See, I'm a Portland guy, so I'm naturally a lot of vintage.
Nah, I like it.
Yeah.
A lot of vintage.
I like the vintage market out there.
Yeah.
OD brought me back a lot of stuff.
Oh, he did? Houston actually got a great vintage
Yeah,
scene
it
too.
does. The tipping point. That's where I get like all like my workwear like jeans, like Carhartt type, you know.
Yeah, and they're already worn in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great part about
They already
those.
got they're already distressed naturally.
Yeah, when you buy a pair of Carhartt pants, they actually look better after like a year
After
or whatever.
what I
you
mean?
beat them up a little bit.
Same right here. I mean, everybody thinks you have to go high fashion.
Gotta mix
Dior,
the high fashion
mix
with the street
high
fashion.
with the thrift if you want.
Yeah.
Make
For
it look
sure.
good.
For sure, yeah.
You don't need
Exactly.
Cartier rings. Just go get a regular ring and make it look good. You know.
Yeah. It's all about how you flex it.
Yeah.
It's not about the brand name that's on there. It's all about how you flex it.
You gotta be able to put that.
Look,
put it on.
that's one of my best friends right there. He's also a photographer, BC. He right there. He a little late, but he here though.
There you go. He's pulling out the shooter right now. He's pulling out the camera.
I want him to get some on my point and shoot.
It's funny when I think about my own, like, you know, sometimes you don't realize, especially when we're younger. What's good, bro? Chilling. Especially when I was younger, like thinking about the way that I used to like to dress and put my little outfits together. You know, I went to private school, so we had uniform, and we only had a certain amount of free dress days.
Okay.
And so, like, on
You
those
was
free
saving
dress
up for
days,
those?
I was coming with it. You know what I mean? I was putting it together. And those are, like, things that I really enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, I also was thinking about this on the flight over here, just being South by and being musically inclined. Like, I used to be really big into LimeWire and
for sure.
iTunes.
Yeah.
All the leaks.
And I used to gift my friends for their birthday a burnt CD.
Yeah.
And I used to, you know, I
Might
went
do
by
that
the
again.
DJ name Master B.
That's hard.
I was Master B, you know, and that's an ode to like the times that I was growing up in with Master P, Lil
real.
Romeo, Lil Bow, you know. So I was Master B, and I used to write all the artists' names and the tracks on the CD, and
You used
you
to
know,
have one of
with a
those little,
Sharpie.
those little pocket things that you put a whole bunch of CDs in.
Yeah, had the whole thing.
Whole little binder. Like the whole little binder and everything of CDs.
Yes,
I had that too,
yes.
yeah.
You know, the long, the big like stack of
Yeah.
And like that was me in my early age. You know, that was a form of my own expression, like putting music together, putting a track list together, and then gifting it to somebody. Like
even now, like all my friends know, like I'm gonna make a playlist.
Yeah, he gonna make a playlist for
Like
sure.
for every trip that we do, I'm gonna make a playlist. Like just for every mood, I got like background music, dance. You know, like I got like just a whole bunch of like.
I feel that.
Yeah, he's very music inclined. For sure.
I love music. That was my first. I think that was my first love, music.
Yeah.
I just can't sing.
But, I mean,
dance. You said dance music, like EDM. Like house?
A little bit of house, a little bit of Afro beats.
yeah, say more Afro beats mixed in.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a song together, by the way, too.
We
a couple
Oh,
of
y'all making music?
here and there, we dabble.
Yeah, we made music.
We dabble.
I was making beats my first year in the league.
Really?
I was in the FL Studios when I wasn't playing too much. I'd just come home, get on my MacBook, start making beats.
Damn.
Trying to figure out what we'd like to
You
do.
just hopped on one.
Hop on one.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He did his thing. He a natural.
He went crazy?
He a natural. I'm telling you.
Everything I put my hands on.
It was
Weird.
cool.
That's dope.
Actually, like honestly, that song, like it actually did so well that a really big artist used it as a reference track.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dropped it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
And he dropped it.
Credited me and everything.
Wow. Bro, y'all some Renaissance men up here.
Keep to ourselves.
I always say, Lou, what can't you do?
Wow. Music,
Nothing,
modeling,
Beezy, nothing.
photography. Sheesh. Yoga, Pilates.
Hello.
Some awakened brothers. up
What
here,
else?
man. That's tight. So as we think about like the next generation of athletes, which is crazy because the landscape has totally changed
100%.
with NIL, and you know we're kind of in the midst of our professional careers and
we
building.
We missed the NIL though.
We missed that.
Boy.
For sure.
Boy.
What would you say to younger athletes now, like paving a lane outside of sport? What advice would you give them? How
Save
would you
your money.
take them?
Take advantage of all the opportunities you're getting. You know, it's never been like this. Take it as far as you can and save your money.
Yeah, be careful with your money. I mean, it's a lot of money thrown at you at a young age. I mean, and once you see it and you start spending money on the chains and everything before you even get to the league, I mean, I get it, but be careful.
But like what I always tell him, like, I think this offseason, me and him, we've been offered like 12 opportunities to do just a bunch of different stuff. And I always tell him, like, yeah, even if you're tired, like this is what's gonna set us set us up for after football, for
Right.
life after football. So it's like, even though we're tired, if you really want to do that, you should definitely
Say yes.
Yeah. That's what I always tell him. I always
Say
tell him
yes.
that.
There was a point after the season I didn't want to do nothing but go home and lay on my couch
And I always,
and watch
I'll call him and be
Netflix.
like, get up, we got to go to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, I'm walking New York Fashion Week. I wasn't even about to go. I was too tired.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You said, get your ass up. We're going to New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, for real. I thought I'd just be looking at the pictures. Like, dang, I should have been there.
Yeah.
But I was there.
Wow. You was there. Nah, that's dope. That's dope. I mean, yeah, I think saying yes is a big part for all of us. It's so easy to just kind of get into the groove of what you're doing and what's comfortable and doing what you know, but stepping out into those more uncomfortable circumstances, I think that transcends sport. I think that's
For sure.
something we can all live by regardless of what you do. Take the time to explore, not just explore your passion, but see if there's a way to capitalize on it.
See if it can become more than just a passion, and not
sure.
turn into an occupation. Because football, it doesn't last long. The average career is about 2.5 years. We beat
the odds for sure. All of us.
we beat the odds. So it's like right now, we're playing with house money.
Sure.
But you have to dabble and figure out what you like. Otherwise you can't make it into it.
Yeah.
Because I always tell them we could be a play away. We could be a play away.
Yeah, that's real.
And it's like if God forbid anything happen, I don't want to be lost and trying to figure out what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that in a lot of my peers and my friends, coming to me and asking me how did you figure
How'd
out what
you
you were
find
doing?
it?
You know,
Right.
you know, and I guess my situation is unique because I started playing football so late. You know, so it's always hard to like to help them navigate through that because I didn't. It was different for me. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when he says he was skateboarding, he was really skateboarding.
It's really
He
skateboarding.
was skateboarding. I don't know how
Yeah.
big it got, but he was skateboarding.
I was 5'6" up until like junior year. That summer I just shot up to 6'2", and then they were like, "You're playing football."
Yeah.
like that,
You're in
yeah.
Texas. You are playing
yeah,
football.
my arms were all long.
Yeah.
I was all lanky. They were all like, "Yeah, put him on the edge."
Right.
We went to go play the best team in the city. Some scouts had came to see some other people, and he stole the show. Next day, he had offered Oklahoma, and the rest was
Wow.
history. Yeah.
After your first game, you got an offer to
No,
Oklahoma.
so after the first game I played in, so basically I sucked at first, but I looked good in my past. So, they had me
You
out
passed
there.
the look test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they just had me out there. Somebody got hurt, and they were like, "Dang, we got to put Ogbo in." Like, get in there. I started going crazy.
Yeah.
I started going crazy.
We got 10 minutes up here, so I want to kind of open the floor up. Is there anything that you
Anybody got
want to?
any- I mean,
know you
anybody got
talked
any
about
questions,
a
Rob?
book coming out in December, so we put that out there. Is anything else that you want to put out there that you got upcoming?
Coming. It's Paris Fashion Week. That's
Oh,
all
I
for me.
mean, I'm going into business with my best friend Nandi over there. She's opening a boutique.
Okay.
There we go.
Shout out Nandi. Opening the boutique.
I'm not supposed to. I guess I wasn't supposed to say anything. I don't know, but I did. Whatever.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then, aren't you? You're not talking about what you're doing? All right. Okay.
Not
My
yet,
bad.
not yet.
I ain't gonna say too much now.
Right. No, that's cool. That's cool. Well, for me,
What about you?
I'm building a creative agency right now
Okay.
Oh yeah.
called Scarlett Creative.
Okay.
There
Cool.
it is.
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah.
And we are working mainly in video production, but we're doing storytelling
In short
and
films?
working to connect brands and athletes.
You down to collab?
Let's collab.
We just
Okay.
start our LLC for our creative agency.
Oh yeah.
It's called
Yeah.
Portraits.
Oh, that's fire. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we literally
should.
like 2 days ago. We just went live 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 days ago.
That's live.
Yeah,
That's
I forgot because like
So
you know
much.
we're doing so much.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think having a way that's formalizing the creative output in a form of a business makes sense. It makes financial sense, and then it's also I think it can help you avoid creative burnout. Like, it makes it sustainable,
That's the one.
right? Because it's not all about just the times that you feel inspired as a creative, but you also have some structure behind it. So even in the moments that you don't feel inspired, you're still getting the job done.
Yeah, you're still flowing. No
Right,
real flow
and
state.
that's how you create structure, and then sustain for years instead of just having a moment where you creative and putting something out. But no, now you actually have a team around you, and you have a structure and a schedule, and you're working towards something. For me and Scarlett Creative, I want our creative agency to be the go-to if you want to do any type of storytelling between brands and athletes. And that's really why I started it, was trying to, being an undrafted free agent and not having the most eyeballs on me as a player. It's like, okay, well, how can I make myself unique? Well, let's see if I can find ways to tell my story and brands to tell my story with that align so heavily that it's going to hit, even without, the type of followership that some of my peers have.
Yeah.
And then, I felt that we were, I think that a lot, there are brands that sometimes miss the mark on who they choose to partner with and how they tell that story. And it just being in the locker rooms with guys like how interesting a guy's life is, or how interesting his personality or story is, but then you don't always see that reflected in how they do their partnerships and what stories are told through their partnerships.
I think that's dope.
Yeah,
Super dope.
I think that's really
Yeah,
dope.
I'd love to hear more after this.
for sure. Yeah, we'll chop it up. We'll chop it up. I mean, I commend the two of you for the way that you are expressing yourselves, and the amount of energy and the passion that you've put into what you're doing. And I mean, you just signed a contract today, and you here on stage talking about your creative pursuits. Like, that's fire, bro.
Thank you,
and
man.
I think as we've talked about, like, as athletes, a lot of times it's so easy to look at ourselves as just that. And a lot of times the public perception is that we're just athletes, but the ability to do more, I think, creates a more well-rounded, in my personal opinion, a more well-rounded identity. And, you know, for athletes that come after us, you know, we're actually paving the way and pioneering some of that.
That was my New Year's resolution. Remember? Were you at dinner with us?
Mm-mm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. You were at dinner. Yeah, you were. That was my New Year's resolution. What did I say? What was my words?
I forgot. You speak so poetically. Sometimes I forget. But I will say, you know, that term, birds with a feather flock together, I mean, it's real. I mean, outside of football, you got to put yourself around the same people, like-minded people, if you want to be in that world or whatever space you want to be around.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're fortunate enough to be, brothers.
Yeah,
and we keep
grew up together.
Keep a real good, circle around us that continue to push us, like 90 and like BC and other people around us.
And even Alameda, I just met her this weekend.
But yeah, just putting people around us to help us push forward.
Yeah. Is there a North Star for both of you guys that you're working towards? Like, what's the big vision from a photography perspective and modeling or acting? Like, what's your dream project?
See, honestly, like, it was to get published, and then I got published, so now I'm back to the drawing board.
Okay.
That's real, yeah.
So we're reaching dreams, and now curating new ones.
Yeah. I mean, mine is to walk in Paris and to be the face of a campaign in the future for a fragrance. You know what I mean?
For a fragrance?
Fragrance scent, whatever you want to call it. Like, I think that'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
I think eventually, I want to open like a photo studio, like a big photo, like a creative hub in Houston. You know, I think that's the end goal.
Yeah.
Well, for Houston at least.
Yeah, that's dope.
And then I think I want to start doing some work with the NFL, do some creative direction with them.
Nice. That's dope.
We're very ambitious people. We can go on. We have a list of so many things we want to do.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you all of them today.
I actually just started a dream journal.
Okay.
My
Talk to me
mom
about
gave
it.
me this cool little like leather bound notebook, and it's a high quality notebook, and it says bucket list on there. And so she was like, yeah, I thought it was nice, and you could just kind of write down the things on your bucket list. So it's like my dreams, and I'm numbering them through the pages.
Yeah.
And then there's some recipes in there because I'm a chef
I
could
too.
do a little cooking.
I'm
You know
a
what I mean?
chef
So
too.
I made some
what
fire-ass salmon the
can you
other
do?
night, and I had to write it down.
They call me Chef Lou now.
Chef Lou,
Hey,
cook.
look.
Hey,
he can
Taco
cook.
Tuesdays at Lou's house is something different now.
Taco Tuesdays?
Like,
Hey,
he can cook
let me
for
tell
real.
you, convex roast for 15 minutes with that salmon. Ooh,
Hey,
crazy. Your oven do some convex roast.
see me?
telling you.
Look, I'm just the air fry guy. I'm gonna throw it in a Ziploc with the seasoning, shake it up, and then put it in the air fryer. That's all I
Whatever
got.
gets the job done.
That thing seasoned up good, so I don't even know if you put it in the bag. You for sure got enough seasoning in there.
What you gotta try plantain tacos.
Plantain
It
tacos?
sounds weird, but
Okay,
you get the
nah.
plantain, you boil them, and then after that you mash it out like a
She
tortilla.
knows.
You mash it out like a tortilla and use it as a corn or the
Oh,
flour.
wow.
And then
Does
you do
it
whatever you
fold
want.
well, though?
Yeah, it folds well. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
All
Chef
right.
Lou, Taco Tuesdays at Lou House are different.
Say less.
Don't say nobody didn't tell you.
I'm trying to tell you.
The plantain tacos. I want to thank everybody in the audience for taking a moment to
Appreciate
listen to us and being so active. Yes, give a hand for yourself. And I would like to thank you two gentlemen
Yeah, of course.
for sharing this stage with me and dropping the gems. And you guys are leading the way from a creative standpoint, but also on the field. And I look forward to future collaboration and watching y'all do your thing. Walking in
man.
Paris
Hello.
and
Shooting in Paris.
being published and the next dream that is to come.
For sure. Thank
And that's
you, man.
another episode of Athlete And.